Evening, everyone. I hope you all great. So, welcome to another series of Power Stories. I'm about to have a great conversation with Tumi, and I'm really excited for that. So, let me just check if she's online at the moment. I know she is. I'm just hoping that Instagram does not give us any problems with logging in. I don't see her yet, but let's give it a minute or so and then we can rock and roll, hopefully. I don't know why this always happens. It's the strangest thing where I actually can't invite someone after a while. So please bear with me. Let's hope that eventually she will be able to accept my invite to go live. Okay, so she's just waved. I should be able to send her an invite now to go live. Let's try again. There we go. This is going to be so cool. I'm so excited about it. Oh, there you are.
Hey, Tandy.
How are you, Tumi?
I'm fantastic. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm just excited to have a chat with you finally and to see your beautiful face. How's your Sunday going?
Oh, I'm so happy. Sunday is fantastic. Joburg was beaming. I even decided to wear yellow just to add on to the to the brightness and the happiness of the day. So
Yeah,
yeah, I've had a fantastic day with my family. Sorry. Okay. I've
yeah.
had a fantastic day with my family. We took a walk, had nice lunch. It's really been
Oh,
an
that's
amazing day. Yeah, just
nice.
one of those where
Over.
it's not cold.
Is it? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, it's very warm. You could literally, we were outdoors the whole day.
I I miss Joburg so much because I'm still in Durban at the moment. So
Okay.
I'm a Joburger, but I'm here for work and the hustle and so on and so forth. But I really miss Joburg. I'm not missing the cold, but I'm missing Joburg and the people and just everything in my family. They were all still in Joburg, so I really
Yeah.
miss them a lot. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Thank you so much, by the way, for taking out your precious Sunday just to have a chat with me. I'm really I'm appreciative of that. So thank you so much. I've been wanting to interview for like a long time. So I'm just excited that it's finally happening, you know?
Yeah, no, no. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So let's get right into it. To me, the lovely boss to me. How like where did you grow up? How was your upbringing? Let's start off with just that.
Okay, so I grew up in Soweto.
Yeah.
I was born in Soweto, like literally born at home. Yeah, like my grandmother was a midwife, and
Okay.
she delivered a lot of kids around Soweto. And I
Wow.
was the only fortunate one in my family that she delivered. So around the
Wow.
dinner table, yeah, the story of my birth is always very topical.
Yeah.
For everybody. So yeah, so I was literally born in Soweto. I grew up in Soweto and around the family. I was raised by my single mom, but I always had a lot of family around me and my sister. Yeah, lots of cousins and stuff. Yeah, but I grew up also with very strong women. So my
Mm.
grandmother was like a very strong matron nurse.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she instilled a lot of values in us. Yeah, so that's basically
Mm.
my bring. Very comfortable. I wouldn't say I come from the dusty streets or paint a very dark
Picture.
upbringing. No,
Yeah.
it's definitely not a dark picture. Very stable. As much as you are brought up by a single parent, my mom
Mm.
was very philosophical and very spiritual. So
Yeah.
we didn't feel like we lacked anything. Yeah.
Mm. That's amazing. That's amazing
Yeah.
because I know that some people feel that they missed, a father figure or maybe a mother figure, those that have been brought up by single dads, because there are some great single dads out there.
Yes.
So you were just so privileged to be surrounded by such strong, powerful woman who basically supported you and made sure that you had a comfortable upbringing without feeling like you're missing anything from your life, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the story of girls and father figures is a very deep one, and it's a different
Mm,
conversation altogether.
yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and I mean, as for myself personally, I also had to get to terms with my father. You know, when I did have the opportunity to connect with my father, I took
Okay.
that opportunity, and that's like
Okay.
it's a very, I should write a book around that.
You
But
probably
it's
should.
yeah, it's a very interesting story that by the time my dad and I actually reconnected and started talking, he fell ill and passed
Okay.
on. And
Oh,
for
sorry to
me,
hear
the
that.
biggest take on that was that, you know, you need to take those opportunities because the biological blood that you've got will
Mm,
always bond you together. Doesn't matter what he
mm,
did for you, doesn't matter what he didn't do for you. You are who you are because of that person. And if you
100.
don't complete that as a, sorry, if you
No
don't
problem.
complete that as a woman and be fully, you know, centered and complete around your story with your father, that can
Yeah.
break you in so many other
Yeah.
ways in your life. So it's something that I always say women must definitely find a way of
I
closing that chapter
agree.
if you need to close it, or
Yeah.
making amends with it, or, you
Yeah.
know, forgiving and going through that
Yeah.
process of forgiveness, because
Yes.
it impacts you in so many other areas of your
Yeah.
life, so many
Especially when you
others.
get older and you become an adult, and yeah, it really does. No,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. And so when you were growing up as a young girl in Soweto, which part of Soweto are you from, by the way?
Okay, so I grew up as a youngster. I was Kosen child in Soweto, CWJ,
Okay.
as other people know
Okay.
it. And then after that, most of my teen life, I was in Protea.
Okay.
Protea,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, in Soweto.
Okay, so when you were there in Protea and doing your thing, growing up as a young girl, what was the one thing you can say you were always just interested in for some reason?
Okay, so I did a bit of modeling, like every
Mm-hmm.
girl would do. And then I did, sorry, I just need to get my phone off.
Sure, sure, go ahead, go ahead.
I thought I had switched it off, sorry.
No, no problem.
Yeah. So yeah, so I did a little bit of modeling, like, you know, like your teenage modeling, where we organize our own kind of beauty
Yes.
days, and those were fun, really fun days. But when I got to like I think it was standard 7, because I come from the era of standards. I don't know, great mom, what grade that is now.
Yeah.
I started doing drum measurettes at school. I did ice skating,
Oh
funny enough.
yeah?
Yeah, so I wanted to be a figure skater, a
Cool,
professional figure
cool.
skater. Yeah, that was one of my dreams.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the things that kept me busy, kept me off the streets.
But that's why
Um,
you're such a fashionista. Because I mean, figure skating, the outfits, the makeup, the hair, it's such a glamorous sport, you
yes,
know? And
yes.
obviously being interested in modeling and beauty and all of that. So I'm really not surprised that you interested in those things, because the older you got, the more you became very aligned with those kind of,
Yeah.
interests and industry. So
And I
yeah,
think I
that's
was always a very conscious child when it comes to beauty. You know, I mean,
uh-huh.
I remember when I was growing up, I would sit in front of the mirror and I would literally style my hair for hours, and I would
Wow.
come up with attires for, you know, so I always think that things are born in you that you don't realize. Only later when you grow up, you actually realize,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I've always had this in me. And
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
why when I was in corporate, I felt so choked
Mm.
up. I needed to get out into a
Suffocated.
much more creative space. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting. And what would you then say, given your life experiences, given the industries that you're in now, and your life, past experience, present experiences, things that you might be going through, but what would you say is your power story that you feel like, you know what, this is something worth sharing? It might have changed your life in some sort of way, or helped you, or built you, or yeah. So what is that one thing you say, okay, now this is my power story, or maybe power stories that you might have that you want to
Yeah,
share?
and I think we all have a lot of power stories. So
Mm,
I'll give you a little bit of just a bit of background.
Yeah.
So when I finished high school, I sat with my mom and she said
Yeah.
to me, you know what? I've taken you to the best of schools. I have done the best that I can do. But from here onwards, it's your journey.
Mm,
And I was
mm.
like, is this woman crazy? I'm looking forward to going to varsity or college
Yeah.
or somewhere or And she was
Yeah.
like, I'm not even interested. Don't even show me the forms. Don't even, like other kids were like, I've enrolled at Wits, I've enrolled here. And she's like,
Yes.
I'm not interested. Like, if you want to go there, then go apply and see how you're going to pay for it. And I was like shocked at some point, but because I've always also been very driven in terms of, and very entrepreneurial, I then decided, you know what, actually, I'll go and waitress. So
Mm-hmm.
I worked as a waitress for 4 years, full time. I
Okay.
mean, I worked Sunday to Sunday as a waitress. I came
Wow.
home literally between 1 and 3 in the morning sometimes, and
So,
I would be up again to go work another shift that starts at 11 o'clock. I'd come back with
yeah.
taxis at night, like those delivery cabs
Yeah. Yeah.
for many years, and people don't realize, they see you out there, they don't realize that this is where this person started. And for
Mm,
me,
mm,
that taught me one thing, which is hard work.
mm.
Whatever you do, you need to be working hard for it. So through waitressing, I got my first job in corporate. I
Is
met one of,
it?
yeah, I was serving a table of guys, and one of them was one of the shareholders of Internet Solutions.
Sure.
And he said, I remember his name, he said to me, you know what, you give such amazing service, and I can see you're a brilliant child, you just need a break. And I'm sure you don't want to be working in this pub
Mm,
forever. And
mm,
come for an
mm.
interview. I went for an interview, I aced the interview, and I worked at Internet Solutions for 4 years. They taught me everything, how to work a computer, Internet Solutions started the days when people were the first people to connect to the internet with the black box, if
Mm,
you remember those days.
mm.
I was those people in the call center connecting those people to the black box.
Wow.
So yeah, so I worked my way, and I think the power that people need to take, and women you need to know, is that sometimes you don't have the qualification, but you
Mm,
get the opportunity. It's
mhm.
that opportunity, it's the one that you need to own and step in there to say, okay, I came here, I don't have what
Yes.
all these people have, but I'm going to prove who I am. I'm going to prove, and
Yes.
I'm going to learn, and I'm going to pursue, and I'm going to strive until I am the best. By the time I left
Yes.
there, I was a team leader. you know
Sure.
um, I left Internet Solutions. I worked in many other different companies. I worked at Deloitte for 6 years in
Wow.
corporate.
That's huge, eh?
Yeah. So also when I worked at Deloitte never really hired people that were not graduates.
Mm,
One of the criteria is that when you go for an interview, you need to be a graduate. I
mm.
applied for the job. I was not a graduate. I got the job, not a graduate. And I told them, well, if you want me to be a graduate, can you pay for my studies to be a graduate? And they
Mhm.
did. So it's that thing that when you get the opportunity, you need to own it. You need to
Yeah.
own all the phases of your life. The one thing that saddens me, and it's a message that I really want to tell young people, is that when they get opportunities, a lot of them will concentrate and say, well, they only pay me 5,000.
Mm,
But do you want 5,000? Do you want to stay at home?
mm.
When
Who's
you
gonna
do
give
give
you
them
5,000 on a normal month to month?
Exactly. And when you do give them the 5,000, people come in and they're dragging their feet, and they just like, you doing them a favor by
Yeah.
employing them. You're doing them a favor by putting them in that position. And I always say, rather leave the hood, go take
Mm,
3,000, learn, get in there and do the very best that you can do. Ask
mhm.
questions, be aggressive, prove yourself to a company that, you know what, without me, you guys are going nowhere. And when you
Yes.
have put yourself in that position, trust me, girl, you're going to go up.
100%. I agree with you so much. There's nothing more sexy than a woman in a workplace whose work ethic is impeccable. Their
Yeah.
grind is on point. Their determination, their hard work, their resilience, their just everything about the energy they put into a job opportunity is amazing. And I really, really hope that young people hear this and hear it very well, because it's tough in the working environment. It's tough in
Yeah,
corporate. It's tough to even
it's
get your
very,
voice heard in a boardroom. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So to be a woman in that environment, given that opportunity, you just have to take it and run with it and make sure that you prove that you are a flippin' asset, like you said. So it
yeah,
makes it so hard for them to go, you know what, Tumi, we're going to have to let you go. They need to, when they're trying
exactly,
to decide who goes and who stays, you must be the one person that, like, you know what, without a doubt, she is staying because she's an asset to this company. And,
exactly.
you know, and it's
Yeah,
attractive. You feel good about yourself at the end of the day, because you know that 5
absolutely.
I'm getting, I work hard for it and I deserve
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So really congratulations on all of your achievements, and having the power and the strength and the determination and the intelligence to go and get what you want, and you got those things, you know?
Yeah.
So hard work does really pay off. Sounds cliche, but it's the truth.
No, absolutely. It sounds cliche, and I think a lot of young people, I employ a lot of young people. I've worked in a lot of projects where
Yeah,
I'm leading, projects, and I love working with young people. And I can
yeah.
tell you, if you ask anyone that's worked with me, they'll say, yo, that woman she's crazy. She will, because I need people to work. Like, if we're working, we're working. I'm not your friend. I'm not your relative. I'm
Yes,
not here to be nice to you. I'm here to get you to do the job so that when I step out, you're able to shine and thrive,
yes,
And everyone that's left, even my current business, everyone that's
yeah,
left, they've always phoned me, whether it's a year or two later, to say, oh, you know what, Sis T, they all call me Sis T. They'll say, Sis T, you know
yeah.
what, you really, really helped me with so much. I got ABCD. They grow because
Oh, wow.
I give them that space to grow.
That's
And my
wonderful.
management style as well, it's not one of those where I'm going to spoon feed you. I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
do that. I'm going to put you in a position, give you the opportunity to thrive,
Yeah,
give you the opportunity to thrive. You come to me when you need a little bit of
help.
inspiration, a little bit of help, but the platform is yours. It's up to you where you want to take it. If you want to say,
100%.
one day I want shares in this business, what are you going to do for it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to prove yourself. I love that. And how do you, talking about business and management and all of that stuff, how do you manage and grow your businesses and your brand? How do you keep those things afloat and do it so exceptionally well, you know?
I think the first thing is that you need to sit down and decide, who are you?
Mm,
Who is Tumi? And what does Tumi want out of this thing called life? Because
mm,
this thing
mm.
called life is a script that I write. It's a
Yeah.
script that I have to own. It's a story of my own. And
Mm,
once you've defined who that person is, and you are authentic to who you are, you
yes.
then can drive and mold the direction of your life. I believe I'm a queen. I'm a queen in my home, I'm a queen in my business, I'm a queen in my
Yeah.
bedroom, I'm a queen in my boardroom. Wherever I go, I bring that queendom with me. So if I
Mm,
am, I'm doing a business deal with you and I feel that this is not aligned with my
mm.
status, it's not aligned with my beliefs and my vision, I step
Yeah.
away. I've stepped away from many businesses, business
Mm,
deals, many partnerships, that I felt that were not aligned with who I am.
yeah.
Because, there's a point of, we all want to make money, but
Yeah.
there's also a point where in the journey of making this money, you can lose so much
Mm,
more. And when you're
mm,
true to who you are, I don't have to put this up. This is who I am. When I
mm.
go to a boardroom, I will look good. When I'm
Yes.
at home, I will look good. People
Yes.
come to my house early in the morning and they're like, girl, you already got your makeup on. And I'm like, girl, it makes me feel good. I don't
Yeah.
wake up at 12 o'clock still in my PJs or lazing around. That's not part of my queendom. I
Yeah.
have my morning rituals or my personal rituals. And I think when you stay aligned to who you are, you're able to then build a personal brand around that.
Mm,
You're able to
mm.
say, okay, this is what I represent.
Yeah.
And your brand just naturally will follow that. And
Mm.
even if you're working in corporate, if you go in there as knowing who you are, and you build around that, you're not going to then become someone else because of that
Else, yeah.
company culture. I
Yes, yes,
mean,
yes, yes.
I've worked in places where people would say, oh, this girl thinks she's it, you know,
Mm.
because when they have those Friday drinks or, you know, month-end drinks, I wouldn't attend.
You're not there.
I would say, guys, sharp, I'll see you on Monday. And the
Yeah.
reason for that, because I felt that people voiced things because now they're a little bit tipsy, some are drunk, and all of a sudden their voices are out there. Step into your
Mm.
power when you are sober, step into your power when you are in a normal day, and people will respect you for that. People must know you
Mm.
for who you are, you know.
Mm.
And some of those things I skipped them because they were not part of who I am, and I wanted a different brand. I wasn't
Yes,
going
and there
to
was nothing
stoop
wrong
down
with
to a
that.
different, yeah.
You can't sell your soul or sell
Yes.
yourself for the sake of a couple of colleagues or friends that you want to have or industry friends that you want to connect with at the price of who you are as a
Yeah.
person and your soul and everything that is Tumi, you know.
Yeah.
So that actually takes a lot of backbone. It really does
Mm.
take a lot of backbone because often in the workplace we find ourselves in situations where you're like, maybe I should attend the work function because if I don't, they'll not consider me for a raise
Yeah.
when it's time you know. So and you know it sucks because men don't compromise. If a man doesn't feel like going out for drinks after work, he just says, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
good, I'm gonna go home, I don't want to be there,
Exactly.
you know. So
Exactly.
it is so inspiring that you were able to go, you know, I'm gonna be true to myself, I'm not gonna try and fit in, I'm not gonna try and please anyone, this is who I am, and that is that. And look at where it's gotten you today.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like also people not sacrificing themselves is also like a gateway to their success, you know.
Absolutely.
So big up to you for doing that, you know. And talking about working and all of that stuff, let's talk Miss Tom Six experience and Pink Power and Diamond Love Bridal. I mean, oh, so stunning. So stunning. I love all those brands and congratulations for doing such an amazing, amazing job. I love them all. Can you just chat to us about them briefly?
Okay, so I obviously I work in the bridal industry. I've been in the
Yeah.
bridal industry for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo,
it has its ups and downs, but we are still there, COVID or
yeah.
not. We're still getting through it. And my role there really is to build a brand that I can take to Africa and sell
Mm,
a brand that a woman of color and other women can just connect with and get quality service and really feel like queens, you know.
yeah.
And my biggest thing with my company is that I believe I don't sell dresses, you know. I sell a service, I sell a dream, and I sell empowerment. You know, I
Mm,
want a woman when they get to they feel like, okay, this is what I'm ready for. And
yeah.
through that, because I love transforming women, I love empowering women. So
Yeah.
the dresses are transforming you physically, but there's an
Mm-hmm.
element that needs to be transformed, which is
Mm-hmm.
up
Yeah.
here in your heart and everywhere else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I built the brand of the Miss to Mrs. Bridal
Yes.
experience. Yeah. So the Miss to Mrs. Bridal experience is really driven, it's an initiative that's really driven to empower women on their journey to being a Mrs.
Okay.
Yeah, we cover everything from your legal. So many women are not,
Oh.
yeah. So if you know, you need to know what kind of marital contract you're getting into,
Mm,
and those are
mm.
things that at home they're not going to be teaching you. You're not necessarily going to be talking to about with your friends because you know when
Yeah.
you're getting married, everyone is excited about the wedding and the engagement.
Yeah.
No
The
one really
idea
gets,
of the big
yes,
day and the
the idea of this love coming together, and no one gets to the meat, you know. And then you
mm-hmm.
see someone 2 years down the line, they're like, oh, it's not working out, I'm moving back home, you know. And it's things that could have been worked out right in the beginning. It's that foundation that needs to be worked out. So we cover the marital stuff, the legal stuff, we cover beauty. So we always partner with the beauty brand. We cover
Okay.
styling, image consulting. We cover some really also relationship coaching in terms of you and your partner,
I love
and
that.
as well as also your sexuality
In the
as a married
bedroom.
couple. Yeah. So, and then Pink Power is really more around your entrepreneurs and how we empower each other as
Hmm.
entrepreneurs. Yeah.
That brings me to my next question, talking about empowering each other. How do you think us women, can conquer powerfully together?
You know, it's a very difficult one. I'll tell you, because I've journeyed with so many women, and I think we're still taking baby steps in terms of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is that we talk about it, but when it comes to actually doing it, you know, when it
Yeah,
comes to Tandy saying, you know what, do me, this is what I need, and me holding
yeah,
your hand and empowering you in that,
yeah.
we, you know, to do the action is different from us saying woman
Talking.
empowerment and
Yes.
talking, you know. So that's why I always say it's such a sensitive thing, because I've been burned by so many women, you know,
Yo,
and
yeah.
bridges have been broken, and it's a truth that we need to own, that as women we still have that thing where we are not fully accommodating, we're not fully taking each other
Mm,
practically and loving each other, to say, I will help you no matter
yeah,
what, you know, I'll
yeah,
empower you no matter what. No
yeah.
strings attached. You can literally phone me and say, Deane, how do I do A, B, C, D? There's still that
Yes.
subtle competitiveness. There's still the subtle, you know, I want to stand out, I want to shine more.
Yeah,
And I think it also comes down to self-love and self-acceptance,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're able to empower someone when you fully accepted and love yourself. Then
Mm,
I can extend myself. So I think
mm,
it's a journey that we need to go onto as women.
yeah.
But as women, when we do it and we do it well, it's so empowering.
Beautiful. It's a
When it
beautiful thing.
happens, it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's a journey that we all
yeah.
one step at a time every day.
Yes, yes. I can relate to that. Unfortunately, I also well, let me speak for myself. I have some trust issues also.
Mhm.
The negative thing that I've encountered with women, unfortunately, has ultimately left me feeling very like I can't trust people as
Yeah,
easily as I used to be able to trust people. And when I used to, it got me into very, very bad situations. I'm not going to be lying. I'm a woman myself, and I love women, and I'm all about women empowerment. But I really just hope that women really truly understand and come to accept the power of collaboration, the power of working
mm,
together, the
mm.
power of lifting each other up, the power of really woman empowerment. Like you said, a lot of women are saying this, they're preaching it, they have it on their description on Instagram, they're all about it, but unfortunately sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. And I really feel
Yeah,
like we are still struggling with it. I'm not gonna lie, but I
yeah,
really hope that we overcome it. I really hope that we grow together. I hope that we love each other, we love ourselves, and we love each other enough to want to work together and be good to each other, and
yeah.
really just be good to each other.
Yeah, good. You know what? The world, there is space for everyone. There's space
Yes,
for all of us to shine, all of us.
yes, yes,
Literally, you know. And if we get to that realization to say, when I'm assisting Tandy, she's not gonna be better than me. I've got
yes,
my space. I've got my
yes,
own corner where I'm allowed to thrive and shine. So I
yes,
think once we accept that as women, once we accept that all of us are queens, and we accept our
yes,
feminine power, and we literally treat each other with that femininity, we will
yes.
then get to a point of, you know, calming down and being honest and true to ourselves.
Yes, I completely agree. And thank you to everyone that has joined this live chat, by the way. We see you,
Yes.
and I really appreciate it. And to me, that actually is the end of our power story session. I've had fun. I've learned about you, and I've really truly enjoyed myself, just having conversation with you and learning and just receiving all your knowledge and your power and your energy. I really had a blast. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that's joined. Yeah. So, and let's continue to have these discussions, because
Yes.
through us talking, we actually opening and taking those lids off the pressure points that we don't want to necessarily talk about
Yes,
today.
yes.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you. I hope you and your family enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and have
I
a great
will.
the week. I know you will because you're a boss. Bye.
Bye.